decimals, but we're going to learn about a new subtopic, and that subtopic's name is division of decimals. So let's start. First, let's learn about division of numbers. We know here can see that 300 is equal to 42 into 7 plus 6. This is true because 42 into 7 is equal to 294 plus 6, which is equal to 300. Here, 300 is the dividend, 42 is the quotient, 7 is the divisor, and 6 is the remainder. Here, so the dividend means that the dividend equals to divisor into quotient plus remainder. This is the basic formula to check if you are correct while dividing a pair of numbers. Now we'll learn how to divide decimals. So the step 1 is to just first make the divisor a whole number by moving the decimal point of the divisor to the right until it becomes a whole number. For example, we can multiply by 10 or a power of 10 or a multiple by 10 of 10. Then we have to move the decimal point of the dividend to the same number of places to the right, adding zeros if necessary. We should multiply it and the dividend and divisor by the same number. Say like if your example is multiplying the divisor by 1000, then we need to multiply the dividend by 1002. For example, we have 38.31 by 3.1. It will multiply by 10 because when we multiply by 10, it will become 383.1 by 31. We will, if the upper number is still a decimal, even after the multiplication, we cannot do it. That we should leave it as it is. But in this denominator or the second number or the divisor, you have to divide only after it has become a whole number. Then only the division will be called true. For example, we have 2.198 divided by 0.07. We will multiply by 100 because the 0.07 will become a whole number, which is 7. 2.198 into 100 is equal to 219.8. So now when we divide 219.8 by 7, we will get 31.4 as the quotient. If you want to check, you can check the working right here. So therefore, 2.198 divided by 0.07 is equal to 31.4. Another example here is 0.832 divided by 0.52. If you multiply by 100, it will become 83.2 divided by 52. The number before the zeros before the number, which is before the decimal point, will just be dropped because they have no value. If we do that, then the number becomes shorter and easier to write, and it is easier to say and tell also. So when we divide 83.2 divided by 52, we get 1.6. So 0.832 divided by 0.52 is equal to 1.6. Now let's learn division of decimals by 10, 100 and 1000. Unlike multiplication, in division the decimal point moves towards the left according to the number of zeros in the divisor. So the decimal point moves to the left by 1 place. In multiplication, it is totally opposite. Instead of going to the left, it goes to the right. So this part we have to memorize. It's very important that division of a decimal number by 1 gives the same number as the quotient. For example, 458 96.8 divided by 10 is equal to 45589.68. The decimal point one place to the left. 100 has 2 zeros, so the decimal point moves to the left by 2 places. For example, 458 96.8 divided by 100 is equal to 450.968. And 1000 has 3 zeros. we have 2510.0 divided by 10 is equal to 251.00. But as the 0 has no value, we can just drop it and make this 251 as a whole number. But in this example, it is not made a whole number. Here, now we have 2510.0 divided by 100, which is equal to 25.10. In this, we can't drop the 0 because in the 0 is an important value. If there is no 0, the number will become 25.1, which is 0.9 lesser than the original number, which is 25.10. And now 251 0.0 divided by 1000 is equal to 2.51. In this, we can drop the zeros because they have no value and they are after the decimal point. And there are two numbers after the decimal point, then there are the zeros. So we can drop them. Now let's learn about division of decimals other than 10, 100 and 1000. So for example, we have to divide 230.5 by 5. So we will divide it and we will get 46.1. In this, we have to just divide it normally, and when the decimal point comes in the dividend, then we will put the decimal point in the question. So 230.5 divided by 5 is equal to 46.1. And now 0.532 divided by 4. In this, only division of decimals other than 10, 100, 1000 will multiply. The 4 is already a whole number. We don't need to multiply, and there is no necessity of multiplying. So as we cannot divide 0 by 4, we'll put 0 point and then we'll write the answer. 532 divided by 4 is equal to 143. So 0.4532 divided by 4 is equal to 0.143. Now we have 381.3 divided by 31, and we will get 12.3 as the answer. Yeah. So over here we have 8.58 divided by 12. We will get the answer as 0.715 as we cannot divide 8 by 12. So we will take 85 and then put 0 point and then take 85. So we get 84 and then we'll divide more. And yet one thing we have to note is that if the problem does not come out even, then we have to put a annex 0 and keep bold. What do I mean by this is that when we have 858, it is not divisible by 12. We will still get a remainder. Then that time we put a 0 after 8, the dividend, and then we put that 0 in the division box and divide it like normal. If it's still not divisible and there's still a remainder, so one more 0 and one more 0 until we give 5 zeros. That is the maximum we can do on one notebook or digitally, because then it will be there will be an infinite number of zeros which we cannot handle, and it will be too big to write 10 or 3. So what did we learn today? We learned division of numbers, how to divide decimals, division of decimals by 10, 100, 1000, and division of decimals